Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our free-to-play account on the test server, and we are checking out the brand new Graveborn hero. So unfortunately, it looks like he is not up on the test servers. It might be a little bit later today for him to actually pop up on here, but we do know his skills and abilities, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. All right, guys, so here they are, the Wicked Warden Fane. That is right, guys. Just to throw some dirt in the Maulers' faces, the Graveborn is getting another support hero, which again is kind of crazy. I would love to see this on the Maulers, but we are getting another support for the Graveborn. So looking at his skills and abilities, guys, Malign Judgment. Fane uses chains to restrict his enemy with the highest attack rating, so that gives him a crowd control aspect. During the following seconds, the restricted enemy loses health equal to a certain percent of the attack rating every second, cannot move or use skills. So now the crowd control is going to allow damage, which is a very, very cool aspect. If the control effects prematurely ends, so if the crowd control does end early, the enemy will be immediately dealt one-time damage equal to his attack rating, which ignores all enemies' defense. If a bone prison exists on the battlefield, its duration will be extended. So you have a crowd control, and now they're adding damage to the crowd control, which is a really cool aspect. Bone Prison, we're going to look at it in just a minute, because that is going to extend the duration. Prisoner of Despair. Fane summons a bone prison on the enemy side of the battlefield that exists for several seconds. Enemies that leave the bone prison lose part of their maximum health every second, but shall not lose more than a certain percent of his attack rating. Enemies within the bone prison also have their energy recovery reduced. So typical when we look at the Graveborn heroes, there is now an energy reduction. We've seen it, in a lot of different heroes, including Nara. We've seen it with Pharrell, and now Fane, being a support, is going to have a energy recovery reduction plus a crowd control, which makes him pretty strong right off the bat. Soul Impaler. An enemy outside of the bone prison is pulled inside it and dealt damage equal to part of their maximum health and cannot move for several seconds. So Soul Impaler is going to be another form, it looks like, of crowd control. Damage dealt to the enemy cannot exceed a certain percentage of Fane's attack rating. Even looking at his picture up here, guys, you can see he has almost that Nara type sickle that she uses for the impale. So again, very cool looking. Unscrupulous Jailer. Gigantic rolling logs hurled towards enemies within the bone prison, dealing damage to them, also knocking them backwards. So now he's got a knockback. Each time damage is dealt, a part of the damage value is divided equally between Fane and the most injured ally and returned to them as health. Now he has a healing aspect. If there are no other allies on the battlefield, the full amount of health is returned to Fane. Wow. All right, so now he's got crowd control, he's got energy reduction, he has multiple forms of crowd control, and now they throw in a heal. Why not? He's a Graveborn, right? Prison Master. Each time an ally enters or leaves the bone prison, they are granted a shield that has a value equal to a certain percentage of Fane's attack rating that exists for several seconds. This effect can be triggered once every several seconds. So I'm sure as you're building up the signature item, that the shield is going to be pretty strong, and it might cool down the time that you can actually get the shield. And then Soul Torture during the bone prison is extended for every enemy that dies within it. So if you do have an enemy in there and the enemy dies, it's going to extend the duration of that bone prison. Wow, guys, this seems right on par with our Graveborns and our Graveborn team. Just looking at the skills and abilities, I'm thinking formations that he's going to work in, especially anything that has crowd control. I could see this possibly maybe even being something that would replace like the crowd control of a Pharrell, or working kind of in the same nature, because he is agility, but he is support. It would be interesting to see, because again, the energy reduction, multiple forms of crowd control, plus you have a heal and you have a shield. They never ever disappoint when it comes to the Graveborn, guys. I cannot wait to see him. I wish we had him up on the test server to go ahead and test him out and see him. I'm not sure exactly why he's not up. Might be a little bit later today, but he definitely seems absolutely broken with these skills and abilities, guys. So the wicked Warden Fane, and again, the story kind of goes that he was in cahoots with Thorin. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to write in his lore, but he definitely knows Thorin when Thorin was the king, and he might have just been the warden, like the jailer for where Thorin was at. So again, we're going to have to see exactly how the lore kind of plays in, guys. But that'll do it for today's video. The wicked Warden Fane. Cannot wait to see him in action. It's going to be very cool to see. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.